Scrappy Peep, Suzanna here today, and I'm sharing with you this first layout that I created using the January kit and add-ons. It is release day today, and have you checked everything out yet? So I have these two photos. They were 4x6 that I've actually trimmed down. They are of the silhouettes of my daughter and husband walking by a mural in Cincinnati, and I really liked the way that the black popped the silhouettes and the colors, but I didn't want to create on all black, but I needed the black. So what I'm doing here is I'm figuring out whether I am going to create entirely on black and pull a ton of color into it, or if I'm going to use the black to border the photos. And that's actually what I end up doing, is I'm going to lay these two photos with the 3x4 pocket card that says life is a collection of moments in the middle, and then I'm going to adhere that to the white. But what I decided to do is actually remove some of the white behind it, because the black is actually a really heavy cardstock, and I didn't want all of those layers behind the page protector, especially knowing that another page is going to be behind it. So then I'm using this American Crafts punch to get a border for down the bottom, because I do feel like with that heavy black at the bottom and then a white background that I need to have an even distribution of weight. And so by putting a thin border down the bottom, I'm going to be able to get that. I went with the stamp, it's the stamp edge, the edge of a stamp. I went with that as my border because this is travel, and to me stamps are somewhat travel related. I don't know, that's just the way my brain works. Don't ask. But that way, instead of just a straight line, it gave it some texture to the layout. So I love this kit, absolutely love this kit. The paper stack, the Love You 6x8.5 paper stack, you definitely need, but the rest of the embellishments, the add-ons, so the kit is very colorful, as Elle's Studio always is, but the rest of the embellishments this month are pink, pink and purple, and very girly and very soft, and they are not colors that I tend to work with. I like bright, bold colors, hence why this is the first layout that I'm sharing with you, because I love all of the color in it. And so I had to work a little bit harder than normal to make the add-on embellishments work with the rest of the kit, and that's just me personally, because those are not the color palettes that I tend to work with and I'm comfortable working with. To work in those more feminine colors, I really had to push myself out of my comfort zone there. So I am using a strip of that, I'm going to call it a rainbow. I know it's not a rainbow, but the multicolor strips down the bottom. And again, to tie in that vibrancy of color that I have at the top there. And then I'm going to use these 3 pocket cards from the kit and just put them in haphazard. And I like the way that the haphazard of the cards corresponds with the haphazard that you see in the mural up the top there. So I am going to use that purple card to house my journaling. I toyed with the idea of filling that white space between the top and the bottom with the title and journaling, but I really like that gap and the contrast that brings between the dark and the light there. So that heart card there is one of the 4x6 cards that comes this month, and I'm going to fussy cut that to add some movement to the top of the page. I want to have a corresponding ripped strip, again, to soften the black and add some more color to the top of the page there. They are not centered because I wanted you to see the movement in the photo, and so the off-center movement of those strips to me represents the movement of the people moving across the photo there. So I'm just going to fussy cut these. You do not need to sit and watch all of that, so I cut most of that out. Just remember to move your scissors when you're fussy cutting, and not move the paper and open and close the scissors, but not glide the scissors along the paper, if that makes any sense. So I love where those are. I'm going to run to the sewing machine and just put some messy stitching through that to anchor that down. It didn't need it, but I liked the way that that pop of black just drew the color in. So when I do machine stitching, I like to pull the thread through if I'm not leaving the threads loose, which I do sometimes do, and then secure those down with artist tape. Artist tape is acid free, and so I like that that is a safe way of being able to secure those threads without them making the stitching look messy. I did want some of the loose threads, but not all of them, so you'll see that there. So that is the base of the layout. Now it is time to go in and put in the fine detail embellishments. So this here is the, they're the cardstock stickers. And I'm going to heart and no, those are not the heart and star. Those are the love chipboard stickers. Sorry, not cardstock. And so I'm just going to put in a few phrases. Again, you can see how it's those pinks, those reds. I like the red, the bold reds, but I've got a lot of bold in red in here. But I definitely want to use whatever black that I can that's in this so that I can pop the black and again play off of the contrast between light and dark. So I'm going to use love, knowing that I want to put something beforehand. I know I want to put Cincy love. It was either going to be mural love or Cincy love, Cincy being short for Cincinnati. So I use those chipboard pieces, and then these are the die cuts from the actual kit itself. I wanted a little bit of blue down the bottom to go with the blue that is in the top, as well as it's in the striped paper. And when I use the labels, I usually like to use them to tie together two of the 3x4 pocket cards like I've done there. Just a little bit more black that says slow down and enjoy. You know, it feels like when you're traveling, you're always on the go, on the go, on the go. And so this was a nice reminder to just enjoy the moment. And then these also available this month. You get these cardstock hearts and star chipboard stickers. I always keep saying cardstock there, chipboard. And so those are fantastic again for adding some more color that supplement the kit. And then you also get those lovely fancy pink labels. So I love that Elle is slowly releasing each of the colors, which is really cool. So I think we've had blue and the teal or aqua, and now we've got these. So released this month too are the gray Jane Alpha cardstock stickers, but I didn't have any gray in the layout, and I really wanted a little bit more of the darker colors again for that contrast. So I've pulled these out from my the December daily add-ons, these blue Jane cardstock Alpha. So exact same things, that they're just blue instead of gray. And then also this month you have this really awesome stamp set. This is the Love You stamp, and I'm going to use the XOXO, kind of like the stitching, to mimic the stitching that I've got up the top. And then I'm going to stamp in notes from today in black. So again, today is release day. If you're a subscriber, there's a super cool add-on. It's the Currently stamp set, and that will ship free with to all kit subscribers. There's also a metal die that goes with that. So be sure to check out the shop, and I would definitely recommend adding that metal die. It is such a cool stamp set, and I can see using that, especially in my storyteller chapters, my daily journaling that I'm doing, daily memory keeping. That is going to come in super, super handy. So, and if you're not a subscriber, join us. Yay! So here's the full layout and then the close-ups to follow. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.